An early morning run out to Adams to bring Bullet Truck home. He's done the gusseting on that cross member and he needs the space. Running a bit early, I ducked up into the bush for some firewood for home. Have a look at the gusseting job here. He's an artist, isn't he? But I'm going to rip this off. There's a couple of spots he couldn't get the welder into, plus we need to put it in the paint shop. I'm expecting it to be quite a bit heavier. Must remember to take a little bit off here, right near the drain plug, very close to the back case. That's not too bad, it's still manageable, but heavier. Might have a slight weep here somewhere on this back case. Keep an eye on that. So this is the one he couldn't get to with the welder. He got the inside of this front one, but the back one he couldn't get in there. So we'll just use the stick and do a couple of little stitches on that before we paint it. Something that's just come out of the paint shop, and not for colour. I put a clear coat on this rear shaft after we put the new cover on. I just couldn't bring myself to put paint over the years and years of it scraping rocks. That's not ideal. I wonder which one of my job sites I picked that drill bit up from. Extra traction where we need it. Go the MT71s. Alright, we're good to go for whenever that may be. Let's have a look at the on all fours mud run. Some of you may remember this from the old Nissan trials, Ducky's Dam. Go boys, well done. But this 105 is referred to as the golf ball. No prizes for guessing why. He goes hard though. Unfortunately, his solenoid was playing up, so we didn't have any lockers coming out of the mud.
See why Evan's going that way?
Don't go back in, you'll fill it up again. I don't think he can.
Oh no. Still coming out the back.
You're polluting the water.
The whole thing's gone up and that rear shaft. We're always worried about it.
Can I go in front of you?
Huh?
Can I walk in front?
Yeah.
Just like right for me.
It's so deep. That's steep. Yeah, that's super deep. When you drop it,
We're up that. I don't go down that.
No, you go up that. Down is going up. No, you don't go up. You go down that.
Go when you want.
Wait, is he going to be in the water?
No, he's never going to be
Sadly. Oh my. He got water on top of his body. It's like a little boat.
That sits way better now. I don't want to get too caught up in making it too level, because the idea of it is to make it easy to get the bikes on. So once you've got the bike's weight on it and the tray full, it will level out. Next option, if it's still not good enough, is just a bigger set of tyres for it. Looks pretty sweet on the back of Mum's taxi too. Let those airbags down a little bit and that'll level out nicely. It looks good behind all the trucks, but the weapon of choice this weekend is going to be the 79. We'll get there comfortably in the 79. It's probably 3 hours from home. Plus some more footage of the MT71s. We might even get a bit of sand driving in this weekend too. But as you all know, I just can't help myself. These are a HQ stud pattern. And I found a set of tyres that had a little bit more height than what we've got here. Now we needed a spare anyway, so I thought, why not? The original tyres are 185 65 14, and the ones that we just acquired here are 205 75 14. So the gain, we go from a 23.5 inch tall tyre to a 26.1 tall. So we're gaining around the 1.5 inch in height, axle height. Width, we're going probably an inch wider. Not sure about the white rims though. We'll paint them black when we get home. Oh, you gotta laugh, don't you? Every time we load up a trailer, whether it be the caravan, the car trailer or bike trailer of late, it just feels like it's wet and raining and cold. So this weekend is going to be a mixture of four-wheel driving and motorbike riding. So we're taking Millie's new TC65 Husqvarna with us, and we're going to get her used to the clutch. She's ridden a clutch bike before, but not for a while. Now Nicholas's bike is no stranger to mud, and where we're going to be going, it's going to be wet. Not only is it going to be a mission to try and get in there with the trailer, but it's going to be wet. Brand new Husky, well I'm sure it's going to need a good gurney when we get home. Also the ttr230 that I picked up, this is in mint condition. As you can see, if you look closely, it hasn't done the mud work that we'll be putting it through this weekend. So I apologise in advance. Very well known for a really good balanced motor. The downside is no kickstart. We've had a couple of flat batteries of late where I've had the battery on charge. So we're going to be changing the battery in this before we load it on the trailer. Look how clean this thing is. It was a pretty good pickup this. It's registered as well. But what we're going to do with the battery, I've made a different decision with the battery. I'm going to go with a lithium. So as I mentioned, there's no kickstart on this and you can't clutch them. So you're relying on your electric start, which is your battery. So I've had this battery a while. I bought this for Millie's very first two-stroke. And they size up okay. We've got packers that go with them. So the first thing you'll notice is the size difference. Now this weighs nothing. This is so light as opposed to your conventional battery. But the footprint of it is much smaller. So while it goes in there, we don't want it rattling loose. So in the box, you've got a variety of packers here. It's like installing a window. Work out what best suits our needs to get this little guy in that hole. These lithium ones too, they've got an indicator to show you your charge. I'm happy how that's sitting. I've got it wired up. Now each bike has its own temperamental way of wanting to be started. Fuel on, choke out, neutral, short stabs. The other thing I just reminded myself by saying there's going to be a mission to get the trailer in on this property in one particular spot. We've got to sort out this number plate and the way it's fixed on. We're going to lose it otherwise. A bit of paint on the bare metal. So the idea here is to give myself clearance. Now I've cut that welded plate off. I don't mind the number plate sticking down, but in the sticky situations I want to be able to unscrew the number plate. A couple of bits of leftover angle in Monument. Pre-drilled 2 holes. Bit of sicker. So after all that, you're probably thinking, well, the number plate's still going to be close to the ground. When we take the number plate off, so in the situation for this coming weekend, when we get to that spot, just 2 screws, and I can undo the number plate without having that plate that the previous owner had welded on there to hold it. Here we have it. First time loading this trailer, so I've got to suss out which bike goes where, work out the storage compartment. I must make the comment, the previous owner, he thought about this. We've got all our riding gear, all the kids' riding gear, helmets, boots, armour, clothing, all fits in the half of this Gullwing toolbox. He's got carpet on the bottom, so it gives me all this room here for spares and tools. It's actually really good storage. And I know it doesn't leak too, because it's been sitting outside for a week in all that rain, and the carpet's dry. We've still got the night stage to come out of on all fours, plus the footage from this coming trip. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for watching.